Going to talk about Reddit and the way it works in whether you want debate or not. So the way it works is there are these little Reddit forums or groups or whatever you want to call them, and it appears that some of them are not monitored or not moderated as much. And if you get down to the lowest level, like these little Bed-Stuy group in Brooklyn, New York, you can actually post something and not get it blocked and deleted and removed because probably the viewership is much lower, right? You could see there's 2.8K views here. And it was just a comment that says, if you'd like any choice or debate for our upcoming Bed-Stuy City Council primary election, please post here or contact me. Someone actually wrote and said, that, why are you threatening people? I don't see how that could be considered a threat if you would like any choice, right? Because there is no one running, and so this was a plea for debate and discussion, right? And then they asked why, and why is this phrased as a threat? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I replied, if you reword it, I'm happy to edit the description. It's simply a statement of fact. If no challenger runs for our district city council position, then there'll be no choice or debate. The primary will not even show the contest, and the general election will say city council, vote for one, and there'll be one choice. Some are happy about that, but we have one of the only good. He eventually unopposed for a reason. He'll term out. Oh my goodness, this it's so funny. And then I even posted all the issues with our current political parties, right? And I don't think that a city council person can simply wash his hands and just focus on one issue. The city council is supposed to represent the people, right? And the process. They can't just focus on one little issue and that's it. Is that their goal? So we as the population can only talk about whatever they're interested in? That doesn't seem right. And I try to disregard these ad hominem attacks or these and show what a disaster our political process is here. And someone wrote something here, I believe way down at the bottom, and said we should focus on Stephanie Zinnerman. So we have to compliment this person. I don't look at people's posts and things like that unless they ask to contact them. Then I kind of, if I'm going to bother to contact them, I will look at their posts to see if it's purely, basically a whatever you want to call it, a trap, or I don't like to use that word, but. And so, yes, I agree with this individual who says that let's focus on what, someone that they seem to not be getting constituent services from. And they use these words like primaried. Isn't that funny? It's a verb now. And these people are very, very political, so they kind of know all the lingo. I know none of this stuff. All I ask for is constituent services. And we can see that this person, Stephanie Zimmerman, who spent a fortune on her campaign, literally got 4,800 votes. We could look on it on the map. I'll click on the map in a second. And that's a very low percentage of the eligible voters. So I just wanted to document that and say peace out. Anyone who wants to see the map, just search for the map, Bed-Stuy, Stephanie Zinnerman map, or whatever you want to call it. Definitely it appears that these different political clubs are intertwined with each other, right? They're intertwined with, and if you bring your own opinion, they don't want it. And then they have these operatives, if you want to call them that destroy. They want the status quo But you have to ask these people, which they will never answer, what are they getting out of it? Do you know nonprofits are paying themselves millions of dollars salary? The boards of directors are intertwined with other nonprofits, so they get their millions, and then they're on the board of directors on another one, and they give out millions, right? So it's all your taxpayer money they're moving around. In government, I think there are some salary limits. So probably while they're in government, they're being punished, maybe. And then eventually they get out of government into nonprofits, and of course they have to be rewarded. And if you go back, Vito Lopez, look up Vito Lopez girlfriend paying millions of dollars. There's cases where the boards of directors approved the salary. Turns out the board never even signed the approval. Who knew the boards of directors actually approve the salaries of the CEO, right? So the boards of directors can be legally liable for this, right? For abuse. Shouldn't that be a concern to the current taxpayers? The taxpayers should be concerned about that. And think about it. People of these gardens and real people and real clubs and real on the ground movements, they have nothing. I help these organizations, they have nothing. They're scrimping for pennies. And at the same time, there's billions being allocated in units of appropriation that people control, and they push that billions around and give out $1 million salaries, and the poor gardens end up with nothing. And these are the people that are supposed to be the constituency, right? And the people in the gardens may not even know that this is happening. They probably think everyone is struggling and just getting by, but that's not the case. Just look for campaign finance, taxpayer funded campaign finance. Search for campaign finance, New York State, New York City. Look for anything, and you'll see millions and millions and billions of dollars moving around of your taxpayer money going to hospitals and nonprofits and nepotism and kickbacks. Just look for the Lopez Torres versus Board of Elections case, where the U.S. Supreme Court Justice, former, back in the day when we had elderly Supreme Court justices like Justice Stevens, and they found that party bosses, it's not illegal to be a party boss. In fact, the Constitution protects the party bosses. But he went out of his way at the end to say that this 9-0 affirmation of the party boss's right to act as party bosses in no way justifies the system that exists here in New York City and New York State. And he went out of his way also to quote Justice Marshall to say that the Constitution in no way bars legislatures from enacting stupid laws. Peace out.